Hey, scrapbook friends, it's Nicole, and I'm here with episode 21 of Theme Park Thursday. Today we're doing a single page layout of It's a Small World, the ride at the Magic Kingdom. And this layout kind of morphed into way more than I expected it to. I think it's fun that you guys get to see the after before I do the before. There are a lot of flowers on this layout. There's a lot going on, but I hope you'll agree that the focus is still on the photos, and that even though there are more flowers than I've ever used on a single layout, I'm pretty sure they add to the whimsy and the fun of the layout, and they don't detract from it. So stay tuned to watch my process of how we got from our pile of photos and my very simple layout idea to this floral masterpiece. All right, so we are to It's a Small World. I love to take pictures in this ride just because it's colorful and fun, and I love all the different little characters. And as I was kind of getting my workspace tidied up to do this video, I came across this little scrap of paper that was left over from another project that I did a few days ago, and I thought I want to do something with circles. Now these circles are too small. These were cut with the custom cutting system, the small circle, and they're too small, but I thought that maybe we could use the circle punch. And so what I like to do when I do something like that is to cut a sample. So, I got all sorts of these papers that are left over from our paper packs. I saved them for things like this. So I'm just going to punch a circle and see. I think this is the size I need. But if I put, I use this as a little sizing template. I'll lose the little leprechaun up there. Kind of like the leprechaun. I could do it like that. And I really like this little Mexico sun. Do that. Little hula dancer. The little kiwis. This one, I think it said, I don't know whose name that is on there. Picture didn't turn out. We won't use that then. Sometimes they read your name from your magic band. The little Hawaii guys. We always like the little hula girls. These are my favorite. I don't know why these are my favorite, but these two little guys in the masks are like my favorite characters in all of Small World. There's a little bagpiper up there. Here's a little hula girls dressed in white. I don't know if I'll use that one. We've got the Indian and the cowboy, the only two Americans featured in this. Oh, more hula girls. These are the Tahitian girls. This one was Samantha, which was no one in our party, but my daughter's best friend is named Samantha. Here's another one, a camel. Then we've got this picture of us, the picture of entrance to the ride. So I'm thinking that this will be just what I want. A couple pictures of us in our ponchos. And so I'm thinking what I'll do. We used to have a recipe template that was round and then had the little circles all around it. And I thought I would kind of try and recreate that by putting kind of our pictures maybe in here. This looks like getting on the ride. This is in the ride. And then, of course, the welcome to the happiest cruise that ever sailed. If I kind of do that in the middle and then I put little circles all around, I think that will be really fun. So the colors of Small World right now, it's very colorful. And I thought it would be fun to use the Enchanted Princess paper pack. I really love this ombre color. I like this blue with the zigzags. Maybe some combination of those and maybe some solids. So I'll pull this one out. I feel like the colors match for what I want. Oh, I do like that one too. I might need that one for something. The back is little fairies. They're kind of tooth fairies more than, they're not Tinkerbell for sure. They're trying to keep this paper not specific, as I like to say, not specific to any brand of theme park. So the previous page is going to be the 999 Happy Haunts, which had a border and then, a layered border all the way squared inside. And so I love the idea of doing a border. I think that just makes pages really pop, but I don't know that I want to do a border again because that's going to be kind of same as the previous page. So I think what I might do, maybe I'll do this as my base page and then do the circle. I think what I need to do first is punch out all these little circles and trim these photos and then decide what size this circle needs to be. And maybe it doesn't need to be this paper. Maybe it needs to be a solid to go with this ombre. So let's do that first. Let me trim all my photos down and punch those circles. So let me grab my personal trimmer. And this one I don't really want to cut. Maybe I'll cut this little kid's face off the back. This little inadvertent photo bummer. And this one I think I'll cut these people off. And some of that walkway. And this one, the happiest cruise that ever sailed. I take a picture of this a lot. I use this probably too often in my layouts. So kind of those three, which I'll put in the middle. I mean, I kind of hate to cover up all that background, but it's kind of blurry. It's not the greatest. So maybe I'll do that, and then I can have my little circles go around. So I'll cut a circle in here, probably with the blue blade, which is about a 1/2 inch from the inside. And then I'll just put all those little circles, and maybe I'll do, I wonder if I have that rickrack. I want to do something around the edge. I need something around the edge just to define it. So because I want to punch with this, I'm going to punch upside down, but it's not necessarily going to fit because it's going to be limited by the top of my, of the picture, right? So I'm just going to have to trim off a little bit and get the punch aligned. Oh, a little bit more. So that I can cut all these little circles around the pictures that I want. And I don't know that that's something you guys need to watch. I don't want to trim too much because I want to be able to get the whole image. Like this one, I want to, if I can get those little towers in, I think that's good. I could fit these guys in too. They'd be off center, but maybe. Definitely want this little, the sun and the camel. Kind of like the little Sphinx guy too. Maybe do that. If I need another one, I could fit that in. But I think I'm going to see how many I can get and put all these around. So I'm not going to make you watch me punch all these out just because it's a little bit tedious. You guys hopefully have, you know how to use a punch and you know how to figure out how to trim it so that it can work, right? So, yeah, let me cut all these guys out and I will be right back. Okay, I've cut all my little circles and I probably have more than I need, which is good because I did both of the little Tahitian hula girls. I don't need all of those. And I'm just using this circle pattern just to help me organize since it's here. I don't think I needed it, but made it a little bit easier. This one I did trim a little bit too close to the end, and so I had to pull this guy down a little bit more when I trimmed it off. So they got cut off a little bit, the little kiwis. I'm sad about that. I'll just get all these arranged, and I could probably fit one more, so I think I will go back and find that Sphinx. I got these little girls right there I could use, but we'll just do this one. Oh, but then I do use both of these little Hawaiian girls. Oh, well, that's all right. You never have too many Hawaiian girls, right? Okay, I'm not sure I'm going to keep them in this order, but I think that little circle is kind of the look I'm going for. But now that I'm looking at it, I think instead of putting a circle of like a solid color in here, I think I'm going to cut a circle with this. Oh, look, that didn't go all the way in. It's kind of off on the edge. Drat. I think I'm going to do a circle with the big jumbo custom cutting system pattern with the blue blades about a 1/2 inch out, like, and just do a ring. So we'll take all these guys off and I will do my cutting. I think I want to use, I'm feeling like I want to use shimmer, and I'm thinking I want to use the Starry Night shimmer. So let me try that. All right, so here's the Starry Night shimmer, and I think that goes with this, and I think having the ring of this will be great. So let's just go ahead and cut, because I do have a cutting mat on my work surface. I'm not going to use the, I don't need to get a different mat, but make sure you cut on some kind of a self-healing mat surface so that you you don't damage your table. I've heard many horror stories over the years of people whose tables have been damaged by these blades to the custom cutting system. So hopefully you're familiar with the custom cutting system. Always want to just make sure that you get your the little feet in the groove. If you by chance only get one of them in the groove, especially on this blue one where there's a big gap between these, you can just put one in, and when you start to cut, you'll feel your paper ripping. So if you feel your paper ripping, pick it up and immediately take that out and put it in the right way. And I think I always like to cut from the outside in, so we'll start from the outside, and I'm just going to kind of double check just to make sure that I'm not going to go off the edge, like right here. Okay, as long as I'm in the groove, I don't go off the edge. And this is sized just right so that you can cut it on a 12 by 12 piece of paper. You're going to be able to fit it. Or you could, of course, use the circle cutter if you have that and you want to. But since I have this out, I'm going to use it. And then I'm just going to make sure I don't move it. And then we're going to scoot it around and do the inside. And I don't actually know what the measurement of this is going to be, but I think it's looking like it's going to be just right for these little circles. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, so I'm done with this, and I'm going to put my blade back in the case so that I don't cut myself, and put it in my little box. All right, and then put this on here. And actually, I think I want to round the corners of these pictures. They're feeling kind of sharp edged for this with all the round circles. Okay, so this is why I do prefer the circle cutter, because I always get this little tail. You know, I can never get my cuts to be exact. I've talked to so many people. Nobody can tell me the secret to get it to cut without leaving a little tail. So I just have to clean it up. I think there's one on the outside too. The one on the outside wasn't quite as bad this time. There's got to be some tip, but I don't know what it is. All right, so we're going to do this and this. And I am going to end up using the, oh, you know, I could use this, the little goodbye flower. Even though I don't know who that person is. Oh, I could do the aloha too. I would like that, to do the aloha. Aloha. Okay. That gives me another one in case I decide I don't want to use that one that I cut wrong. We'll put the goodbye down here at the bottom. And aloha can be hello or goodbye, so I'll put it over here. And I don't remember how many I had. I'm going to put these guys up in this corner. So one of the things, I was the editor of my high school yearbook, and I remember having our little yearbook guy that was our coach come and talk to us, and he talked to us about design. And one of the things he said is that, you know, if you look at a magazine, you'll notice that this side is always the ads, and this, not always, but, you know, when you get farther to the back, the ads are all on this side and the article continues on this side. And it's because your eye, when you look at a double page spread, your eye is drawn to this section first. So like your focal point on a double page spread, or even on a single page spread, is this corner. So I like to kind of make that, you know, my favorite things can go in there. I think I'm going to put this guy on here and just assume that nobody's going to notice that the edge is not straight. I maybe should stick this down before. You know what? I think I'm going to do the pen thing. I've talked about the pen technique. Let me see what pen I can find. Do I want a blue pen? Let me see what pen I can find and decide. I'm just going to draw a pen line around the outside. I think I've done that one before recently. So there's a current pen bundle that just came out. And as of tonight, while I'm recording this, it is still available. And I think these colors, maybe this one, are all in it. You get 5 dual tip and 5 dot tip. And I think maybe one of, I kind of like this purple. There's not a lot of purple in here. Ugh. But I think I like that purple, and I think I'm going to use that purple. I want to try the pink just in case, but I think the pink's going to be too light to cover up down here. And it's not the right pink. It's too kind of hot pink. And I think this blue, too, is too, yeah, too turquoisey. That purple, I think, is going to work. I don't know. Maybe I need a more purple. And I think we have one of those, too. All right, I have this one, was a dot tip, which is a purple metallic. That might be it. It's going to take a minute to dry, though, because it's really juicy. But I think that's going to work. So I'm going to pull back out my paper that I punched my circle out of. And just use this as a kind of a backing sheet before I stick all these guys down. Oops, I don't want to get pen on that. And I'm going to use my ruler, my zero centering ruler, and just kind of line this up. This would have been a good time for me to have my my mat. But I'm just going to try and eyeball like about 1/8 of an inch. And this way it'll be straight on this side. It's really juicy though, so I got to be careful not to slide the ruler after I've drawn with it. So here we go. We're going to draw. And then I'm going to pick it up. And you can see that side is way more juicy than that side. I think I'll do the opposite side. I am actually going to take a tissue and wipe the ink off of this so that I don't get it. Like, I don't want to make a mess. So I'm going to wipe the ink off in between. Do the same thing right here. So this is kind of the fast and easy way to leave a border without having to cut a mat, you know, an outside piece. Wipe that off again. Hopefully I don't know, can you see that it's still really juicy and wet? But this side, oh, that one's still a little bit wet. I'll just dab that off with my tissue. Luckily, I've been fighting a cold, so there's tissues everywhere in my house right now. I did check. It is not COVID, thank goodness. I cannot afford to be really sick again. Already had a bout with the flu. Okay, so this one, it was so juicy that it kind of squinched down there on the bottom, and I'm not real thrilled about that, but oh well. Maybe I need to start it on the white paper so that I get that really juicy part out, like over here, and then go that way. That seemed to help. All right, it's not exactly straight, and I don't love that piece where it was squinched out, but it'll be fine. Sometimes I feel like I'm a perfectionist and I'm trying to overcome it, and other times, like, I don't even care. I'll probably care. This will probably drive me nuts for the rest of my life looking at this scrapbook. So we'll see. Maybe I'll put an embellishment there. All right, now I'll put this down, and I just like it with the line. I just feel like it really helps. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this down. And I was talking to somebody at my retreat last weekend about Creative Memories adhesive, and just, you don't have to use as much. I'm seeing a lot of people using other brands of adhesive, and they feel like they have to put lots and lots of adhesive. So if you're using the Creative Memories adhesive, just know that you do not have to. And I have albums that were, you know, made 20 years ago, and my pictures have not moved at all. This adhesive is tested to be strong and not dry out and to be permanent. So don't feel like you have to use the whole thing of adhesive. Okay, I want to put these guys up here. I don't want to put this, I think this little. All right, now I'm just going to arrange this. And maybe I'll fast forward through this part. And if I do that, I have to not talk, which is hard for me. I like the little hippo guy too. All right, so because I told you this place is like where the first place your eye sees, this is the last place your eye sees. So I'm going to put this one that's cut crooked down over here. And I think that's fun. I think that looks good. And I'm not measuring it. I don't know if these are exact pieces. But I think there's 16, 4, 4. So we could kind of try to do it straight, and maybe I need to, you know, me who says I don't care, but I really do care. So I think if I put one at the top and one at the bottom and one at the 3 o'clock and one at the 9 o'clock, then I just need to fit 3 in between each of these little sections. I think I'm going to put these over here. Oh, where's the cowboy? Oh, here's the cowboy. That makes 17. So I think I will take out these little, I have both sets of hula girls. The last room that's all in white, and then I have the ones that are color. So I'm going to put the little cowboy down here. That'll be my 16. And I am going to start by sticking those guys down at the 12 and 6, and then we'll fill in the others. Okay, because I have this even number now, I've done the 12 and the 6, and I can do the corner ones next and just kind of line those up with the corner. And then that will just kind of help me keep my my spacing even, which, you know, it doesn't matter. But this is nice if you didn't get that that recipe template. It doesn't really matter because you can still. All right, I better put this one because that's the crooked cut one, and I need this one to have a full circle. And then I'll just fill these others in. Hopefully that will look pretty. Uh-oh, that guy's off the edge. All right, hopefully that will look pretty even. So let me do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got this on. I'm feeling like it needs something else, and I'm kind of thinking about this dot tip pen again. I'm a little scared because I said it, like I said, it was really juicy. But I'm thinking it might be fun to actually do some dots, just kind of going around the circle. Except right here, it's going to be too small. Oh, I'm a little scared. But I think I'm going to try it. And I think I'm going to use the you know, the ones I measure kind of on the corner to go around. I'm going to go off the edge because that's what's going to happen. Oh, it is very juicy. And the way the dot tip pen works, let me zoom down. The harder you press, the bigger your dots are. So I could do this, and then if I go lighter, you can have that texture. But I'm kind of trying to do it all the same size and the same width apart. You know, so it's like between an 1/8 and a 1/16 of an inch away from the edge. Oh, this is a little time consuming. So yeah, I'll fast forward through this one again too. Either fast forward or just snip through it. All right, so here we go. Still the ink's still a little wet right here, so I'm going to kind of try and let that dry. And I did decide I wanted to round the corners on these. I haven't rounded corners in a while, but I just think with all the circles going on here that I will like these corners rounded. So I hope I will, because that's what I got. I think it just softens the edge a little bit. And I need to leave a place for a title. Maybe I'll just do like small world, like in a circle right there. And I kind of want to use the little letters that I just used on the Haunted Mansion page. I like it. I like it a lot. I don't love the overlapping right here, but I don't think I have an option for that. So I'll stick these down. Tuck this guy right kind of down here by the bottom. I was sitting in the middle, so we got one selfie from Michelle and one selfie from Katie. I maybe should have waited to do the, well, I hate to like wait and do the stickers after, or the pictures after the stickers, because I don't want the stickers to be my top priority. But drat, I wish I had the purple letters, but I really don't want to have to color them. And I'm surprised now that how close this purple looks to the blue. It's really very, very close to the blue. Even though it's supposed to be this purple metallic, it's kind of dried purple, mostly matte. All right, let's find some stickers and decide what's going to happen here. So I think I'm going to use the purple. I have the purple collegiate, and I think I'm going to use the lowercase. You know, the logo for It's a Small World. Everything is in lowercase anyway. So I think I can make it work. I wonder if I want to do it backwards. I kind of would like having a template, but we'll just see how I do. I won't stick them down all the way. I'll just kind of carefully tuck them a little bit, you know, just barely touch them on here. That one's got a speck. I tend to use more uppercase than lowercase, but yeah, see, that's going to have to move because it's touching the photo to pull it back down. And I don't know how this is going to fit right here. W. O. R. Oh, looks like I used a lot of L's. I only got 6 and I used 3 of them. Okay, so I'm going to have to pull those down and cross my fingers that I put them down lightly enough that it doesn't pull up the paper. I maybe should have started with the L. I'll take this guy. Oh, there was a little bit kind of came off. All right. Okay, I think that oh, so that looks almost centered, but almost not centered. So I either need to move it straight or move it more crooked. And I think I'm going to go with more crooked. All right, now I'm just going to try and kind of get it positioned so that I feel like it's exactly even. And we do have like a Titletopia positioner, but I don't know where mine is, and I didn't think about getting it till I was already done with doing it this way. And I did end up with a couple little hiccups, little divots. I don't know. Come on. I don't know if you can see them. Hopefully you can't see them, and hopefully once it's in the book, nobody will notice them. But I feel like that's kind of all on the same line. So now I'll stick those down. And I probably need to journal, and I need something, you know, I think I need some little flowers. And I don't know why I'm thinking that about flowers. But I have a mini flower punch that's several years old. Let me see if I can find that. Okay, so I found this punch. I don't remember what it was called, because I don't think it was called the Daisy Trio, because there's 4. This was like a promo punch. I think as advisors, like we could earn it, or it's from several years ago. I don't remember the name of it. And then I pulled a bunch of shimmer papers to match these ombres. Oops, I pulled 2. This was called, oh boy, I don't remember what it was called. Vista, I think this is Vista. Something of Icy Blue, Lagoon, Pink, Azalea, I love this one. Wild Wisteria, and that's that same Vista shimmer. And I think I'm just gonna, I have the blue left over from here. I don't think I'm gonna do any flowers out of this. I think I'm just gonna punch like 2 punches of each of these. And of course, if I had some scraps of this, I mean, this one I had a scrap of, but all the rest, if I have a scrap, it's not put in my scrap bin. I do just keep one section in my scrap bin for shimmer papers. I actually have one that says colored shimmers and one that says black and white shimmers, because I use tons of the black shimmer. All right, so let me punch all these out. Okay, as I was punching these, I realized this is probably far more than I'm going to need for this layout. It's already super busy, but I wanted to have a variety of the sizes of the flowers. I definitely want this pink one and this little pink one. Oh, that little pink one doesn't really show up. We won't do that. We'll do a blue one. We'll do the pink one down here. And I think I'm just going to play with these for a minute and see. So I know we talk about clusters of 3, but for this one, I really want to have all 4 corners. And I'm going to somehow, I don't know if I'm going to cover that up, or somehow I'm going to fix this little spot that's going to annoy me otherwise. Okay, so I basically did use almost all of the little flowers. I maybe could actually fit even more of them in. And I like them. I like the flowers. Is there ever such thing as too many flowers? We don't always get a lot of chance to use flowers. I talk to people all the time who say, I have boys, I don't ever get to use flowers. And I think, some of us really like to use flowers on occasion. I want to put that one there, but I think it's too light. So change that right there, put that one right there. All right, so I'm going to use my Precision Point adhesive. That's our glue pen to stick these down. And yeah, what I like to do is just put a little dab of glue, just a little dot, and then stick the middle down. I could use, for some of these, maybe a tiny foam square, but I think that this way I can keep my pattern the way I had it. I'll just stick them down one at a time. It will be very tedious because I'm using so many flowers. So once that's done, and I don't know what I'm going to journal. Oh, I don't want that to cover that up. I don't know what I'm going to journal. I need to journal something because I just have to write something. But I'll write something right there. Something about Oh, you know, I'll write something about how, unlike California, the Walt Disney World version of It's a Small World is all indoors and out of the rain. So I'll do that. I'll get all these glued down and I'll be back. I think I'll be done. Okay, I've stuck these 3 corners down, but I think I want to have you watch me do this just so I can talk to you about the glue pen. So we'll zoom down. And the liquid adhesive is very different. It's very not forgiving, but you really don't need very much of it. You just do need to let it dry. And so I kind of want to, I just do a blob. So this is probably 1/8 of an inch of glue. Hopefully you can see that glue. And I'll just stick that one on. I think I'm going to do these 2 first, the big ones first. But you don't need a lot of glue. It's better to have, you don't want to have so much glue that it oozes out, because that's just icky to have the glue show later. But because it's a liquid, it creates a permanent bond. And you don't want to use those on your photos, because if at some point you ever do need to remove your photos from an album, you want to be able to get them out. Oops, that was, okay, that one's there. Oh, I think I want to change this. I might need to punch another one. But this is really good for sticking paper to paper, because these now are, once that glue dries, it like bonds these together. But you just don't need very much. You don't want it to ooze all over. I'm just kind of, I just tried to, you know, stagger the colors. I didn't put like the light yellow ones up here on the light yellow, and I didn't put the purple ones down here on the purple, just to get the colors. But now I'm kind of thinking I might need a couple more little flowers. I don't know. I feel like I need something right there. But maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just being crazy like I am. No, I think I need another little pink piece. And I'm sorry if I was off the edge when I was talking about that. When I zoom in, it just messes up everything. So I think I want needs to be this little pink one right here. And I think I can use this. Oh, can I use the purple one here? I think I can use the purple one there. And of course, just because of the way the punch is designed, I had to still punch 4, even though I only needed 2, which means maybe I'll put another one, because it just turns out this is the section I wanted to put another piece in. I'll use the big one, because I think this hot pink one, this fuchsia, will go well with that color. And then I'll put this little tiny one here, and another purple flower right there. No, I can't do that. I need that that color. Oops, that one's not stuck down. Ah, I didn't even stick that one down. Oh, then I'll put him right here. But I can't. I need that same sky blue color for in here. All right, we'll zoom back out. Okay, and I think I'm done. Oh, I forgot to stick that guy down. That's the one hard thing about doing a bunch of little flowers like this, is getting all of them stuck down. And now that I have these, I'm thinking I might as well use them. So yeah, I have a problem. I've told you that before. You know, less is more, but more is more. So I think that's good. I think I'm okay with that. It is super busy. But I think Small World is the kind of ride you can justify. Oh, I didn't journal. So let me journal, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I did my very short journaling. Thankfully, unlike the original in California, this ride in Florida is all indoors, out of the rain. And then I had to add a few more flowers. So, and now looking at it, I think I need another hot pink one right there. So I'll do that. I'll I'll do a couple more hot pink ones, but you don't need to watch that. So in the thumbnail, when you watch the beginning of the video, it'll have all those because I filmed that part last. But it's a lot. I know that it's a lot, but I hope that I feel like it still puts the focus on the photos, and it still puts the focus on the photos that I wanted to be the focus, which are the ones with us in them. All of these kind of accent those. They all draw your eye to the center. Even though it's super, super busy, even for me, I really like it. It's not what I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to have this on a circle and then like these kind of floating in space around it. It's opposite of what I thought, but I am very pleased with the way that it turned out. And I hope that this gives you some inspiration for something when maybe you have a bunch of little tiny pictures and that you want to showcase, and then like a main focal point photo. So this is episode 21 of our Theme Park Thursday. I think we're probably going to end up going to, I don't know, we may go to 100, but we'll definitely be going to 50. We'll just have to see. So it'll be a long series here, Theme Park Thursday. But thanks for sticking with me. I hope you got some great ideas. I sure appreciate your comments, your likes, and all the interactions that we have in real life or on social media. Thanks a lot and happy scrapbooking.